Welcome back to the High Path channel. Today we're going to show you exactly what we eat in a day as a whole food plant-based family of 7. This is going to be full-on realistic. We're going to have mac and cheese, salad, a lot of oatmeal. This is actually made of quinoa, and some cake going on. So let's get in the kitchen and let's get cooking. You gotta stand tall. We are starting this day with stocking up our fridge with lots of goodies and fruits and vegetables. We just went through and did a grocery shop, and then once I got home, our son made a lemon cake. Now I know it's breakfast time, but hey, what can I say? I am not going to say no to some cake for breakfast. Now we've recently started making some quinoa porridge, and I shared this on our Instagram on our Eat and Body Care page, and we've been getting some questions on how we make it. So today I'm going to show you a salty version and a sweet version. We're going to start off by sauteing some broccoli and onions in grapeseed oil in a pan. We're going to get it nice and toasty, just like so. We're going to add a little bit of salt and some onion powder, and just get it nice and toasty like this. We're then going to add some water after about 5 minutes of sauteing it, just so that it starts making this delicious sauce. And the water actually just helps cook the broccoli a little bit better. Now to prepare for this porridge, we're going to soak quinoa overnight. We are going to drain it, and then we're just going to rinse it off, and we're going to put it in a blender and then blend it with some water. Now blending the grains, really just break up the grains. You're not going to get pieces of quinoa, like whole pieces. That just doesn't really make sense in a porridgey type of consistency. Once the quinoa has been blended, we're just going to add it to our pot. Now this is when you're going to want to really keep stirring, because as soon as it starts heating up and cooking, it's going to get really kind of thick and lumpy. So keep an eye on this, and then you're just going to continue to stir. You're going to add a little bit of water if you need to, because it will thicken up. This is a lovely, lovely warming, sort of like if you've ever had congee or Chinese porridge, this is what it tastes like. And if you had the sweet version, which we're going to show you next, it's kind of like a cream of wheat consistency. It's really delicious. So this porridge took about, I would say, 5 minutes to cook. It's really, really fast. If you wanted to saute the vegetables a little bit longer, you can do that. We just added some salt, you can add some soy sauce if you want to. We added some, we can add coconut aminos. We just added some salt and onion powder in this one, and then just topped it off with a little bit of spring onions at the end, just to keep it fresh and a little bit of a bite at the end. It's delicious. Also, traditionally, I like to use ginger, and if you have some white pepper, this would be delicious on it. So this is our warming quinoa porridge that Trey eats every single day. Now, of course, the kids decided they wanted me to try a piece of the lemon cake, so of course I obliged, and I'm gonna have it for breakfast. At least a little piece here. And when I tell you, I don't know what it is, but the kids really mastered baking, and I am so grateful, because this was a lovely lemon cake. It is so moist and so delicious. They did a great job. Alrighty, moving along, we're going to make a sweet version of this quinoa porridge. Again, we're just going to blend it up, and then we're going to put it into this big pot here. We are going to cook this with a little bit of water until it is nice and thickened. So like I mentioned, the sweeter one tastes kind of like maybe like grits, or just kind of like cream of wheat, really. So we're just going to add some water here. We are going to just watch it. We're going to keep stirring, keep stirring, and sometimes because we are making a larger batch, it gets a little bit clumpy faster. So what we do is we'll just use a potato masher. We're going to just go in and mash it all up, and this usually breaks up all of the big pieces in there. For the sweet version, we are going to add some cinnamon and some clove for some fall flavors there, and then also some coconut milk. The kids really love this. We've tried it with some fresh pears. We've also cooked some apples in this. It is so good. And so once it's done, you can sweeten it with some honey or some agave syrup. Make sure that when you are sweetening it with some honey, just keep in mind you do want to cool the whole pot down before you put the honey. We just sweetened it with some coconut sugar this time, and once everything is nice and stirred up, it is time to serve this delicious warming bowl of quinoa oatmeal or quinoa porridge. You can serve it as is. You can top it off with some more plant-based milk. You can add some more fruit to it, some nuts. Everything would be really delicious. Just treat it as an oatmeal, but this is just a different texture. It is so delicious, and we just added an extra sprinkle of cinnamon on ours, and look at this. A delicious bowl. So filling, so yummy. Moving on to lunch prep. Every day I prepare a salad for Trey and I. We are going to be roasting up some broccoli, some beets, some onions, some bell peppers. We're just going to chop them up, put it on a tray, and we're going to roast it at a really high temperature. Now, of course, you can use any vegetable you like. We are loving roasting some broccoli. You can also use some cauliflower, some carrots, some bell peppers. Everything is so good. So whenever you roast them, make sure that you have it on high heat, like I would say 420 or more. You're just going to roast it for, I would say, about 15-20 minutes or so, or even a little bit longer if you like it crispy and delicious and roasted. And then just top this on some romaine lettuce. Sprinkle like some sauerkraut, which I'm gonna do. You can add any toppings you want. It's really so good. So on the vegetables, we just drizzled it with some grapeseed oil. We're going to season it with some salt and whatever seasonings you would like to. I like to use our everyday vegetable seasonings. We have some onion powder, we have some paprika, some smoked paprika. We also added a little bit of chipotle peppers, and I love using cumin as well. Now, we like to go a little heavy on the paprika, as you can see. We like to have all of the vegetables sort of glistening with this red, delicious paprika powder. And I'm just gonna go in and use my hands to just massage the spices and just top it off with some more seasonings if needed. I'm gonna bake these vegetables at 425 convection oven bake. This usually goes way faster and bakes way faster, and we're going to bake this for about 15-20 minutes. Now, we did make a macaroni and cheese. We totally forgot to record this. Emmanuel, our oldest son, actually made the sauce here. We just boiled up some elbow noodles, and the sauce is made of soaked cashew nuts, some nutritional yeast, some seasonings like Dijon mustard. We added a little bit of mustard powder as well, some paprika, onion powder, and some salt. And oh my goodness, this is the easiest, simplest mac and cheese. This is so good. You can bake this if you want to, but really we just couldn't help ourselves. We mixed the sauce with our cooked elbow noodles, and we just ate it as is. The sauce was so lovely and creamy. It was so cheesy and so guilt-free. Once the vegetables were done, I just topped it on our lovely bed of romaine lettuce here. This is such a simple salad and so filling. I am going to add some hemp seeds just for some amino acids, really just for the protein. I added some on Trey's salad as well, and I am just going to chop a homegrown Meyer lemon. That is so satisfying to say, our homegrown lemon. We are going to drizzle that all over our salad along with some hemp oil I like to add. I have also been really loving some sauerkraut on the salad, so here I just have some sauerkraut. I love to use the sauce as well. And then this is the kimchi I found, which is the everyday kimchi, and it says mother-in-law. I just really thought that it was going to be so good, made from a Korean mother-in-law. I found this at Sprouts. I just chopped it up, added it to my salad, and of course here is some hemp oil that I'm going to drizzle onto the salads, and we're just going to give it a quick, beautiful toss, mix everything up, get everything mingled and tangoing together, and voila, a beautiful, satisfying, filling salad. This is going to be for my husband, and this is going to be for myself. I have been loving eating salads every single day. If you haven't tried, try putting kimchi and sauerkraut and maybe even some pickled jalapenos in your salad. Oh, yes. Yes, so delicious. Try it out. So this was about, I would say, 4:45, 5 p.m. The kids kind of left some cake stuff all over the counters and an empty pot of mac and cheese that no one decided to volunteer to wash, but that's okay. I am just going to do a quick cleanup here. I did take a bite of this delicious cake as a little snack while I'm cleaning, and I'm just getting ready to make dinner. Now, I didn't have quite a lot of time here. I was trying to do everything as fast as possible. I didn't have time to wash all of the dishes, so we're just going to get everything prepped for dinner. I have some russet potatoes and some red potatoes, which I have sprayed with vegetable spray and scrubbed, and I'm just going to drizzle it with some grapeseed oil and some salt, and we're just going to rub this in all over the potatoes. We are going to do a baked potato here and some roasted vegetables on the side for dinner. This is my go-to, really quick, very simple oven baked dinner, and I just love to do these because if I don't have a lot of time, then this is the dinner that I'm gonna go with because I don't have to even think about it. We always have roasting vegetables in our fridge, which I can use, and it's very simple. So the red potatoes I'm going to chop up for Trey. He likes it very nice and crispy, so I just chop them up into small little pieces, and I'm just going to put them on a roasting tray with some grapeseed oil, some salt, a little bit of red onions, onion powder, Italian seasonings, and of course lots and lots of smoked paprika. Have I mentioned that he likes a heavy seasoned potato? So I'm going to mix it. I'm going to add some more. I want to make sure all of the potatoes are fully red. Let me know in the comments if you love a very, very seasoned potato. Trey is over here making sure everything is seasoned the way that he likes it. And then I am going to be working on the roasted vegetables. So I have here some cauliflower, a whole head of cauliflower, which I am going to add on a baking sheet. As you can see, Trey still wanted to add a little bit more of the smoked paprika, or a lot of it more actually. He loves this stuff. It really, really makes a difference. Along with the cauliflower, I'm actually going to chop up some bell peppers. Like I said, you can use anything that you want. I just added some red onions here. And we are going to toss this with some seasonings and another tray here. I am going to prepare some Brussels sprouts. This is one of my favorite vegetables. I love Brussels sprouts, and it's so cute. It's like a little small baby cabbage. We're going to season it the same way with lots of paprika, grapeseed oil, salt, Italian seasoning, onion powder, some chipotle seasoning would be great on this. Anything you have in your cabinet. So we have the oven, of course, preheating at 425 convection bake, because this usually speeds up the process. I think it's the way that the air travels around the food or gets ventilated around the food. I also have some broccoli here, as you can see. Sorry about that. So we're just going to bake this at 425 degrees, and this is my plate. So I had to go back to work, but the kids served me some leftover mac and cheese, which I enjoyed, and my really kind of what I deemed as the leftover plate. I got a baked potato, some leftover burnt vegetables, but that's okay. I still ate this dinner. Well, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you love videos like this, and we will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.